Definitely my mom also, and my brother too. I can't thank them enough for what they've done for me, and they're a huge part of my success and the reason why I'm the player and person I am today.
Talk about what it was like for you growing up in Louisiana and playing baseball there, because a lot of people think it's mainly football country, but is it baseball country as well?
Right, definitely. The baseball is really good down south. Coming from the program that I came from, which is my dad's the head coach, year in, year out, we're top 10 in the nation, and he just actually won his 8th state championship, and they were just national champions. It comes from, my dad being a hard worker and always trying to get better for coaching wise, to make his players the best that they can be. He's had over 40 guys drafted since 30 years he's been there, and all the players are fortunate enough to come back and help the program, whether it's working with the players on the field, teaching them the professional way, or donating money for facilities and stuff like that. So it was a huge help being in that environment, and I can't thank the people that have been there for me.
Was there any added pressure / stress having a dad / coach, because everybody's experiences are different with that? Talk about your experience.
Right. It was an awesome experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything. One thing I would say is he was a lot harder on me than he was the other players, and I don't expect anything less, because I expect perfection out of myself, and I'm gonna give everything I have. And if I'm slacking a little bit, or I need something, he was always there to to tell me, hey, let's go, get it going, whatever the case may be. So again, I can't thank him enough, and my mom and also my brother along the way, that what they've done for me.
From what I understand, your brother is also going through the minor league experience. Do you ever text him or keep in touch with him just to talk about what you guys are going through?
Yeah, well, he's in AAA with Boston, Paul Tuckett, and he's been, I should say first off, he's been a huge help for me and my success, and because he's 2.5 years older than me, and every league that I've played in besides the Florida State League, he's played in that league. So 2 years ago he was in the Eastern League, he played in the New York Penn League, he played in the Sally League, and those are all leagues that I've played in. So just talking to him and picking his brain, and learning from the mistakes that he made, and just talking to him, he's been a huge help. So I can't thank him enough.
Talk about being a batter, and what's your approach when you go to each at bat?
I think it's just depending on what the pitcher's trying to do, what pitches he's getting over that game, what he's trying to do to me, and also what's the situation of the game dictates my approach. But as a majority of my approach is pretty much the same. I just trying to get a good pitch to hit that I can drive, and put my best swing on it, and lay off everything else, and then just with 2 strikes, if I get 2 strikes, it's just get in the battle mode.
How do you think you've evolved during your time in the Mets minor league system?
I've learned a lot. Whenever I first got drafted, coming from the program that I mentioned earlier, I thought I knew a lot, which I was ahead of the game, but entering pro ball and getting all the knowledge that people have, and they've been in the game for so long, it was kind of like, wow, like an eye-opener, and it just shows and taught me a lesson where you can never stop learning. Big leaguers that have been playing in the big leagues for 15 years, 20 years, they're still learning. Every day is a new day, and you're always trying to get better, and that's what I'm always trying to do, is get better as a player every single day and keep working hard.
When you were coming up through your dad's baseball system, what was the best piece of advice that you were given from some of the players that were drafted? Did anybody give you any advice, or? Yeah,
just just keep working hard, and be yourself. There's a lot of people that whenever you get into professional baseball, everyone means well. Everyone has a lot of knowledge of the game, but some things that they might teach or say to you might not work for you, and it's nothing personal, but you got to come to a point where you got to be your own best coach. And that's one thing about me is I've been doing this for I've taken hundreds and hundreds and not hundreds, thousands of swings, thousands of ground balls. I've had thousands of bats, and I know my swing better than anyone. So now I'm kind of become my own coach. Not saying that I don't listen to anyone, but I kind of know now like how to make adjustments on my own before someone tells me to.
Do you think that's going to be important as you go up through the ranks and hopefully make your way up to Citi Field?
Is it important?
Yeah, you become like your own self-evaluator. You think that'll be something that'll be, I guess, important when
Yeah, of course, because if you're always relying on someone to tell you what you're doing wrong, then you're getting a lot of feedback from people that haven't been with you for your whole life and been behind the scenes and have worked with you. So you got to become, like I mentioned, your own best coach and know yourself, know your swing, know what works for you in the field, but defensively, offensively, base running, the mental side, whatever the case may be, you just got to know yourself.
During your time with the Mets minor league system, how has everybody been treating you? Especially your time here in Binghamton, how's everybody been treating you? What have been some of the things you've been able to learn here?
Yeah, this is obviously the only organization I know. I was drafted by the Mets. I'm with the Mets, and I hope it stays like that. And they've treated me great, man. And I work out with a lot of professional baseball players in the off season back home in different organizations, including my brother. And you talk and you see how they go about their business, stuff like that. And by far, I mean, the Mets is second to none. And they really treat us well. And I can't thank them enough for always working with me whenever I need the work, early work, whatever it is, and just helping me become the best player that I can be.
In addition to working with the drafted players through your dad's system, you had a chance to work with a lot of the Mets greats. What was that like, being able to talk with some of the Mets greats?
Yeah, it's a huge help. Whenever I'm at the position now where I want to be in that position. We're talking about the big league. So whenever you are with guys that have the experience that they have and been through situations that they've been through, in the big leagues and stuff, it's a huge help just talking to them. But not only talking to them, but watching how they, go about their business and practice and play the game. So it's been a huge help.
What I read recently, and this was a while back, that I thought was amazing, that you gave money to Hurricane Sandy relief. Just being a younger guy, what made you do that? What made you decide to do that? Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I've been brought up. My parents have always told me to, you got to help people out, and it's all gonna come back to you. So, but I'm not only doing it because of that reason. I feel like New York is my second family. Being drafted by them and coming through what happened, the disaster that they went through, we go through it, way more in Louisiana. We have hurricanes all the time and stuff like that. So a natural disaster like that, it's really heartbreaking. And so whenever one day I didn't even know about it, I turned on the TV and it was all over the news, and I was like, man, I was just sitting there watching, and I was like, I got to do something to help. So regardless of how much money it was, whatever the case may be, that doesn't matter. I just know that I was a help during that time, and I'm glad I was.
There are a lot of athletes. The new trend is that they have started their own charities. Do you think that maybe one day that might be something that you would look into?
Yeah, definitely, because I'm all about, like I said, I'm all about helping people out, and that's what is right, and I'm always wanting to give back and help people, because people have helped me, and I wouldn't be in the position that I am today without people's help. So I'm always trying to help people, and definitely one day that is I would like to do that.
Cool. And any message for the fans at home that are watching this right now?
Thank you guys for everything, for all the support, and I appreciate it, and go Mets.